Now, let's start looking at the rest of the picks from the Browns. So let's look here. Let me look here. All right. And with the 170th pick, they got Joe Royer from Cincinnati. Royer began his collegiate career at OSU, where he spent 3 seasons. From 21 to 23, he then transferred to Cincinnati, where he played 2 seasons and finished out his career. Royer appeared in 25 games with the Bearcats, recording 79 receptions, 937 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Then they got another surprise pick here, quarterback Taylor Green, right, with the 182nd pick. This guy is huge, okay? Green spent his first 3, he's 6'6". Green spent his first 3 collegiate seasons at Boise State before he transferred to Arkansas in 2024. In which he was a 2-year starter in 2022 and 2023. He spent 2 seasons at Arkansas, in which he started 24 of 25 games played. He completed 428 for 707 passing attempts for 5,868 yards and 34 touchdowns. And then the last pick was Carsen Ryan, the 7th pick, tight end from BYU. Ryan began his collegiate career at UCLA, playing 2 seasons from 22 to 23. He then transferred to Utah and played 1 season in 2024. He transferred for the 2025 season to BYU. While at BYU, Ryan appeared in 14 games and recorded 45 receptions for 620 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. Over his 4 years, Ryan has played in 43 career games. He totaled 74 receptions and 1,020 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. These are the rest of the picks, and let's watch the calls they all got, right? So let's go here. And Joe Royer. Justin Jefferson first. Joe Royer, I apologize. Here we go. And let's hear this. This is a good one right here. It's a funny one.
Joe.
What's up, buddy?
Did you expect to see me?
No, not you.
Oh, all right, man. I'm fired up to be on the phone with you, man. Love you, dude. I got someone that's got some special news for you.
All right.
Hey, Joe. How you doing, man?
What's up? I'm doing well. How are you?
So I have a question. Should I draft you to keep Ryan in line, or should I have Ryan make sure he keeps you in line when we bring you to Cleveland?
We'll help each other out.
All right, man. Well, listen, we're super excited. We're going to take you off the board right here. You're a perfect fit for what we want to do in this offense. Love your size, love your versatility, love your ability with the ball in your hands. But we can't wait to make you a Cleveland Brown right here, all right?
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate you guys.
All right, I got Coach Monk here for you, all right?
Okay, yeah.
Joe, congrats.
Thank you, Coach. How you
Worth
doing?
the wait. We're fired up. I know Coach
me
Blasco
too.
can't wait to get started.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
You
I
bet.
appreciate it.
There you go. That's Joe Royer. Now, let's look at the guy, the big guy, Taylor Green, right? The quarterback, 6'6", and let's listen what they had to say to him when he got the call.
Hey, Taylor, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Hey, I want to let you know we're going to take you off the board here in the 6th round. We're excited to get a chance to work with you. You're very physically gifted. We know that you have a really strong makeup, and we want to add you to the team. Look, we have a very competitive quarterback room, okay, so nothing's guaranteed, but you have all the physical characteristics to play the position at a high level. Now it's about refining your craft and refining your process. So we're excited to work with you. Get ready to grind, and we're going to take you off the board right here, all right?
Yeah, let's get to work.
All right. I got Coach Monk for you right now.
All right.
Taylor, congrats.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, well, can't wait to get started.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
I think this guy's going to get playing time just because his physical abilities. They're gonna use him. They're going to use him. And I got a good feeling about this cat right here. And now the last pick, 248, Carsen Ryan, tight end. So they got 2 tight ends. They double down in wide receivers, in offensive tackle, and in tight ends. So they're beefing up the offense. Here it is.
Hey, Carson, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Just with my family here.
That's awesome. Hey, we are going to take you off the board here in the 7th round.
Yes, sir.
We're excited to make you a Brown.
Let's
think
go,
you have
Coach.
elite makeup, great versatility, and we're looking forward to using you in our offense, man. All right?
Yes, sir. That's sweet. I'm so excited. Love that.
All right, I have Coach Monken. He wants to talk to you for a little bit, all right?
Okay, sounds good.
Carson, congrats.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, long day, I'm sure, but it's worth
Yeah.
the wait. Love your versatility,
Yes,
be able to move you around on the line of scrimmage, off the line of scrimmage. Obviously, BYU did a lot of great things with you, and you
Yep.
showed up on tape. Not only your receiving skills, but your ability at the line of scrimmage and in line.
sir.
So can't wait to get started. Again, congrats. All the hard work paid off.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. I'm
You
excited
bet.
too. Can't wait.
All right, enjoy it with your family. We'll see you in a
Thank you,
couple
I will.
weeks. All right?
Sounds good,
Yep.
Coach.
And as you can see, they're grabbing people they can use in multiple positions and multiple areas. And that is the thing about this this class, So let me see something here. Let me look at some of the media reactions here. From the Browns, let's look at Joe Royer, right? And his interview with 92.3 The Fan. Just a part of his interview, okay? Let's listen to what he had to say.
And the action continues as the Browns take Cincinnati tight end Joe Royer with pick number 170, two-time All-Big 12. 2024, his first team there where he had a season in which he had 50 catches, which broke his favorite NFL player Travis Kelce's Cincinnati single-season record for receptions by a tight end in 2024. He was third-team All-Big 12 this year. Dane Brugler had him going in the 4th round. Browns get him here in the 5th round. We talked tight end. We've been pretty on it, which is nice. Linebacker, center guard, maybe a corner still to come here, but the Browns get another tight end here, and as Dane Brugler says, projects as a very solid number 2 tight end in the NFL, exactly what the Browns need to pair with Harold Fant.
All right, and now this is the one that got the most reactions from the later rounds is Taylor Green. So let's see what Ashley Bastock from Cleveland.com has to say about Taylor Green.
Ashley Bastock of Cleveland.com here on day 3 of the NFL draft, and just wanted to give a little reaction to what we've seen the Browns do here on the final day of the draft. So first they added their center Parker Brailsford out of Alabama, then they made another pick from the Crimson Tide, taking Justin Jefferson, the linebacker. So again, we expected them to add a center at some point. Parker Brailsford's a little undersized, so that's interesting, but they've done that before and had similar profile players before. Justin Jefferson, I think, is a good depth piece and also is going to be a key contributor on special teams. When Andrew Berry called him and told him the Browns were taking him, he said the special teams coaches were jumping for joy. But the big move everyone is talking about in the 6th round, the very first pick of the 6th round at 182, they drafted Arkansas quarterback Taylor Green. So obviously he enters a room where there is a position battle going on, mainly between Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. But I'm not surprised to see them add a quarterback. We've typically seen the Browns keep 4 quarterbacks on their roster. A lot of times into the regular season, they'll keep someone on the practice squad. I did ask Andrew Berry about that, like what they've learned about doing that the last few years, and really, they account for attrition. I mean, we've seen them have attrition in that room. In 2023, they started 5 different quarterbacks. The next year, they started 4 different quarterbacks. Injuries can happen. And with Taylor Green, he's a dual threat guy, pretty raw. He's had 37 turnovers the last 2 years, so that's a lot, but this isn't a guy who you're drafting to start for you day 1 to enter that competition. It's a developmental pick. It's somebody who, based on his very gifted physical traits, will fit a Todd Monken style offense. And of course, his combine testing numbers were out of this world for quarterback position. Check out all of our draft coverage from this very long weekend over at cleveland.com/Browns.
There you go. That's her reaction. And let's look at RG3, what he had to say about Taylor Green.
quarterback, Taylor Green, is an absolute alien. He dominated. I'm talking about a 43.5-inch vertical, 11.2 broad jump, which are both the greatest ever in NFL combine history for a quarterback. And then the man went out there and ran a 4.36 40. Taylor Green absolutely motorboated the combine. Just had his way with it, enjoyed it.
Courtesy out of the pocket. And then let me see. The Underdog Football Show, what they had to say about Taylor Green. So let's see here.
Taylor Green out of Arkansas, 6'6", 227 pounds. This is a ludicrous athletic profile here. 4'3", 740, nearly 35-inch arms, Hayden. That is outrageous. He then refused to do wide receiver drills and is like, I'm a quarterback and I'm going to airmail these passes that I'm throwing. I think there's going to be a very interesting conversation he has with either the team that drafts him on day 3 or signs as an undrafted free agent, because some team will really want to work with these tools and pitch him on playing a different position.
The mechanics are just, it's like impossible when your arms are like that long almost. Yeah, he's got an interesting decision. I like the commitment, say I'm a quarterback and see how that goes. But if somebody that's offering you $1 million says you're changing positions, I would also be like, I will take the $1 million and change positions.
So you hear courtesy of Fantasy Football, Underdog Fantasy Football. Again, these are picks, you know. This guy is very gifted. Let's look at Cleveland.com, what they also have to say here about Taylor Green. My man Dan, let's see what he had to say.
Hey, it's Dan, and I'm sitting here wondering, after the Browns took Taylor Green, did they not only draft a developmental quarterback, which I think was a good idea, but did they also draft a potential offensive weapon? Almost like, it's going to be a little weird comparison, but almost like how the Saints used to use Taysom Hill, a guy that they could bring in and cause problems. Now, Taylor Green is an unbelievable athlete. He's big, he's fast. I mean, his combine numbers, especially for a quarterback, are almost unprecedented. So while they kind of develop him and see what he can become as a quarterback, can he get on the field right away and just cause a bunch of problems for opposing defenses? That's what I'm really fascinated about with Taylor Green. So while he's developing, while they try to turn him into a guy who can be an NFL quarterback, can they also use him as a weapon and somebody that can just cause chaos on the field every time he steps out there? Should be really interesting.
And there you hear my man Dan from Cleveland.com. And now let's see what is the reaction for Carsen Ryan. So his BYU coach and his thoughts on him. This is very interesting to hear what they had to say about Carsen Ryan. So let's listen to his coach from BYU. Okay.
What's the best thing Carsen Ryan does?
The best thing? It's hard because he's good at a lot of different things. And that's really what's special about him as a player, is that there aren't many deficiencies. You know, he can run fast. He can run routes. He has great hands. He's tough. He's strong. He's competitive in the run game. Like, there's a lot of great things that you can say about him. Best thing is probably that, to be honest with you, just that he is a complete tight end.
There you go. You hear, you can't get any more praises than that, right? And then how he stacked rows, right? So let's see how he stacked rows before the NFL draft. And let's see what he had to say.
So I do think that he is the biggest riser. He went from on nobody's draft board to, well, let's take a closer look at this BYU tight end because he can do it all. He's a great blocker in run and pass. He can catch the ball. He had a significant uptick in his ability to receive and his numbers last year for BYU. He just is a guy that you can plug and play into whatever. He feels like he's a guy that will do one of 7 different jobs that you need an NFL tight end to do for you. He's a team guy. Yeah. He's not a guy that's going to complain if he doesn't get the ball either, Jason. If you send him in a 2 tight end set and his primary responsibility is just to run block and be in there for 1 or 2 plays and then come out and he doesn't go in for a few more series, he's not going to care.
Yeah, but what you said, his ability to block, he's not just a good blocker. He's a great blocker.
He pushes people around.
Especially in the NFL. If you cannot block as a tight end, you're not going to be on a roster. It's as simple as that, regardless if you can catch or not.
I think his ability to do that is the X factor in what could get Carsen drafted.
And again, versatility. You can use guys in different in different positions. And let's listen to his pre-draft by Nate Tice, okay, on Carsen Ryan.
Carsen Ryan from BYU, and I did watch this guy, old number 20, blah, let's change that number at the NFL level. Did not get a combine invite, but was super productive last year, a transfer from UCLA and Utah. And I liked him when I watched him, but I was curious about him because I saw that you maybe had some notes on him.
Yeah, I was kind of floored. Maybe they hated the number as much as you for the combine list. I mean, no combine invite for this guy. And I get it. Not a crazy average depth of targets, a lot of underneath stuff, mediocre long speed. But this is still a former 4-star recruit that just had 629 yards this year. 93rd percentile separation percentage, 85th percentile yards per route run. It was a breakout season. High effort in line and on the move. You brought up Daquan Wright kind of striking with force. That's what Carsen Ryan does as well. And he's average size, but he'll drive his legs, can plow through defenders after the catch. I don't know. This one doesn't make sense to me that he didn't get a combine invite. I think he's better than a couple of guys that did, and definitely one of those non-combine guys that needs to be drafted this year.